Welcome to Mind Set in Stone podcasts, where we dive deep into the most compelling books on the shelf. Join hosts Dave and Poppy as they uncover the stories, themes, and ideas that shape our understanding and inspire curiosity. Get ready to explore the big ideas that leave a lasting impact. Let's get started.
Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we're getting into something really special, I think. It's Thich Nhat Hanh's incredible book, You Are Here, Discovering the Magic of the Present Moment.
It really is a gift of a book.
Absolutely. And we're not just talking abstract philosophy here. This feels more like a direct invitation, doesn't it? To actually change how we experience our daily lives.
Exactly. It promises practical ways to tap into joy, into happiness, right here, right now.
So think of this deep dive as maybe a shortcut, not just knowing about being present, but really feeling how to live it.
And Thich Nhat Hanh, or Say, as his students call him, he wasn't just a Zen master. He was a poet, a peace activist. Martin Luther King Jr. actually nominated him for the Nobel Peace Prize.
Wow, I didn't realize that connection.
Yeah. And Say himself said this book isn't just something you read. He called it a living lineage of transmission. It's more like an extended guided meditation on paper.
Meant to be absorbed, not just understood intellectually.
Precisely. And the absolute heart of it, the core practice, comes down to this very simple statement. Breathing in, I know I am breathing in. Breathing out, I know I'm breathing out.
Sounds almost too simple.
Well, that's what we're digging into today. How that simple act, that awareness, can unlock our own insight, our wisdom, our compassion, how it can genuinely transform life.
Okay, so let's unpack that. Breathing. We do it all the time without thinking. How does just noticing it start to, light things up and make happiness possible? Is it really that direct?
It's both simple and incredibly profound. They really emphasized starting the day with intention. He had this ritual, offering incense, maybe, and then just spending 3 or 4 minutes following his breath, mindfully.
Just a few minutes?
Just a few minutes. And during that time, making a quiet vow, a promise to himself to live each moment of that day beautifully, solidly, freely. Setting a gentle intention for presence. Recognizing the day as a gift. It's a kind of reverence for being alive.
So, practical takeaway one then could be for us, for the listener, maybe try that. Waking up, taking just a minute or two.
Absolutely. Before you even jump out of bed.
Yeah.
Just breathe. Acknowledge the new day. It's a gift, right?
Yeah.
Breathe in. Feel that gift. Breathe out. Maybe set that quiet intention. I'm going to try to be present today. Solid. Free.
Yeah.
It's not another chore. It's shifting your whole orientation from the get-go.
I see. And this mindfulness he talks about, it's not about controlling the breath, is it?
Not at all. That's key. The breath is natural. You don't force it. You don't manipulate it. Think of mindfulness as like turning on a lamp.
Just illuminating what's already there.
Exactly. You light up the lamp of awareness, inside, outside, no judgment, no trying to fix anything.
And that connects to nonviolence.
Yes, deeply. You treat your breath gently.
Yeah.
You treat your body gently. And crucially, you treat your emotions gently, even the difficult ones.
Like anger.
Like a delicate flower or a crying baby. These words are powerful. Your anger is yourself, and you should not be violent toward it. It's about acceptance, not suppression. Radical acceptance.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting for me. This idea that our garbage, the difficult stuff, the anger, the sadness, isn't something to just get rid of. It can be transformed into flowers.
But they uses this brilliant analogy of a gardener. A good gardener doesn't throw away vegetable scraps or leaves. That's not garbage.
It's potential compost.
Exactly. Nutrient-rich compost to grow beautiful flowers or food. In the same way, our sorrow, fear, depression, irritation, what we'll call internal garbage, it's organic. It arises from us.
So it can be transformed.
It can be transformed. It's a non-dualistic view. There's no inner enemy to defeat. Good, bad, it all belongs to us.
Yeah.
It arises from us. It challenges that whole inner battlefield idea.
So what's the practical way to do that when you're feeling, say, really irritated or down?
Practical takeaway too. Instead of fighting it, first, just recognize it's there. Irritation is here, or sadness is visiting.
Acknowledge its presence.
Yes, and then embrace it gently, like a mother holding her crying child. You can even use a little mantra silently. Dear one, I know you are there, and I am going to take care of you.
Speaking to the emotion.
Yes, imagine holding it. giving it your full kind attention, no judgment. That very act of recognition, that tender embrace, starts the transformation. It stops the inner war.
And allows some peace to come in, maybe.
Surprisingly, yes, a sense that you're whole, containing it all. It's workable.
That tender embrace. It sounds like it connects to what the book calls the first miracle of mindfulness, our real presence, becoming completely alive.
That's exactly it, being truly here. It's the absolute foundation for everything else, for love, for connection, for joy. They often pointed out how many of us live like walking corpses.
Physically here, mentally gone.
Totally. Lost in regrets about the past, anxieties about the future, endless planning, mind separate from body, always running, always afraid. The first miracle is simply bringing mind and body back together, right here, right now, experiencing your own aliveness.
A resurrection, he calls it.
In a very practical sense, yes. Practical takeaway 3, practice daily resurrection. It sounds grand, but it's simple.
Oh.
With your in-breath. Just consciously bring your mind back to your body. Feel yourself breathing. Feel your feet on the ground. Boom. You're alive. You're present.
Instantly available to this moment.
Instantly. Joy, peace. They become accessible right then. And when you walk mindfully. Understand that the kingdom of God or the pure land isn't some faraway place. It's this present moment. Available now. You have legs, lungs, eyes. Mindfulness makes each step an entry into that kingdom, that vibrant reality. You're literally walking into well-being.
But it's not a kingdom without suffering, you said earlier. That's important.
Crucial point. It's not some sanitized paradise. Suffering is essential. It's the garbage needed to grow the flowers of understanding and compassion.
Ah, the compost again.
Exactly. Without touching pain, how could we cultivate compassion? And without compassion, true happiness isn't really possible. It challenges that simplistic view of heaven as only bliss. Compassion needs suffering to be born.
So how do we actively cultivate that compassion, that appreciation in daily life?
Practical takeaway 4. By noticing and tending to the good things already here, like your eyes.
We take it for granted.
Completely. So take a moment. Breathing in, I'm mindful I have eyes that still work. Breathing out, I smile to my eyes, or your heart beating constantly. Breathing in, my heart is working for me. Breathing out, I smile to my heart.
It sounds so simple, but it feels loving towards yourself.
It is loving. It builds this tender, grateful relationship with your own body. That's the foundation. Gratitude for yourself naturally extends outwards.
Okay, that's a powerful foundation. Presence, self-compassion. How do we build on that? How does this help us connect better with others, navigate life's, messiness?
Well, it starts with remembering the Buddha's core teaching. The past is gone. The future isn't here yet. The only time we're truly alive is now. So much suffering comes from ignoring that, right? Living in what was or what might be.
We get caught in our heads.
Exactly. And to understand this I that gets caught, they talks about the 5 skandhas, the 5 elements that make up our experience. Form, body, feelings, perceptions, mental formations, thoughts, intentions, and consciousness. The key insight, they're constantly changing, like a river.
Not a fixed self.
There's no permanent, solid self controlling it all. We suffer when we grab onto these changing things. This feeling is me. This thought defines me. This perception is absolute truth. We cling, and that causes pain.
Believing our temporary states are who we fundamentally are.
Precisely. So, practical takeaway 5. Try contemplating your feelings and perceptions like rivers. When anger flows through, notice it, feel it, but no, it's like water passing. It doesn't have to define your whole landscape.
Don't build a dam around it.
Right. And especially with perceptions, how we see things, interpret things, they cause so much trouble between people. They urged us, always ask, is my perception accurate? Or just my version, my filter? And just asking that, pausing before reacting. It's huge. It creates space, stops misunderstandings before they start.
That links back to Descartes, doesn't it? I think, therefore I am. They had a different take.
A brilliant one. He'd say, I think, therefore I am not here. If you're lost in thought, endlessly planning, worrying, judging, your mind's split off from your body. You're not truly present.
So the breath is the bridge.
It's the immediate bridge. Mindful breathing reunites mind and body. It grounds you. It can gently slow down that relentless thinking stream. Remember Nelson Mandela.
What about him?
After decades in prison, what did he most want to do? Just sit and do nothing. That profound joy in simple, mindful presence, freedom from the inner noise.
Freedom from the need to constantly do.
Exactly. So, practical takeaway 6, find moments to just be with your breath. Maybe waiting for the kettle, for a meeting, a dedicated sit if you can.
No goal.
No goal other than just being there, enjoying the breath, feeling the sensation, establishing yourself fully in the here and now. The joy in that simplicity is surprising.
So we don't need to constantly run towards some future happiness. We can arrive now. That feels like a massive shift.
It is a massive shift. Our whole culture conditions us to run, right? Happiness is always over there.
Right.
The practice is about stopping the running. They gave us this beautiful practice poem, Agatha.
Agatha.
Yeah, like a short verse for mindfulness. I have arrived, I am home, in the here and in the now. I am solid, I am free, in the ultimate I dwell.
I have arrived. I am home.
You can use it as a mantra. Each mindful step, each breath is an act of arriving, stopping the search, settling into the richness of now.
It links to the core of meditation, doesn't it? Stopping and looking.
Exactly. Shamatha stopping and Vipassana, deep looking. First, you stop the agitation, get grounded, concentrated, Shamatha. That stillness allows you to really see clearly, Vipassana, leading to insight and freedom. Practical takeaway 7. Try applying that I have arrived, I am home, feeling to everyday things. Washing up, walking, drinking tea. Invest your whole being. Treat it like a ritual. It transforms chores into moments of peace, even joy.
That's a game changer for daily life. But what about the past? If we're all about the present, does the past just get ignored? Can we actually change it or deal with regrets?
Great question. It's not ignored at all. This is where the idea of inner being comes in again, applying to time. Past, present, future, they aren't separate boxes, they inter-are.
They connect.
The past exists right now in your memories, your habits, your body, how you perceive things. So they taught, you can correct the past. Not by changing events, but by changing your present understanding and action. Say you regret harsh words spoken to your mother who has passed away. You think, I can never apologize. But your mother lives on in you, in your cells, your consciousness. So you breathe mindfully, you call her presence up within you, you speak to her in your heart, sincerely vow not to repeat that pattern of hurt. You can actually feel a shift, a sense of her understanding, her forgiveness. It transforms the present impact of the past, dissolves the regret now.
That's deep. So there's a practice for that.
Yes. Practical takeaway 8. It's called beginning anew. It's a conscious decision, a deep vow, not to repeat harmful patterns from the past. Actions, words, perceptions.
Like the Vietnam vet story.
Exactly. The veteran haunted by guilt of her children, killed by a trap, he said. They didn't just say, forgive yourself. He said, children are dying now, you can help now.
So the veteran dedicated his life to helping children.
Yes. And through that present action, dedicated humanitarian work, the deep wound, the guilt, began to heal. Changing his present actions transformed the legacy of the past. It shifted the roots, changing the future fruits.
That's incredibly powerful. It addresses that feeling of being stuck by the past. What about inner conflict? That feeling of being at war with ourselves, wanting to escape our own suffering.
We all know that feeling, right?
What?
Putting on a brave face while inside. Turmoil. The Buddha's advice was simple. Do not be afraid, my friend. We need the courage to turn inward to our own territory, our body, feelings, thoughts, and bring some harmony. Like being a kind ruler of your inner kingdom.
And there's a practice for getting help with that, shining light.
Yes, a beautiful practice. Practical takeaway 9. If you have a trusted friend, partner, or community, a sangha, you can make a kind of treaty. You openly ask for help. Look, I know I have blind spots. Can you gently help me see my strengths and weaknesses more clearly? And crucially, both people vow to water the positive seeds in each other and avoid watering the negative ones.
So focus on encouraging the good stuff. Compassion, joy, wisdom.
Exactly. Acknowledge it, speak to it, help it grow, and consciously choose not to feed the anger, fear, or negativity in the other person. It builds such strong, peaceful relationships based on mutual growth and understanding.
That leads nicely into the idea of deep listening. Listening not to reply or judge, but purely to heal. That feels almost superhuman sometimes.
It is a high practice, embodied by Avalokiteshvara, the bodhisattva of compassion, the core of deep listening. You listen only to give the other person space to empty their heart, to express their suffering. No judgment, no advice, no interruption.
Even if what they're saying feels wrong or irritating or blames you.
Especially then. You keep compassion alive in your heart because, as they said, compassion is the fruit of understanding. If you can understand their words likely come from their pain, their suffering, their misperceptions, you won't get hooked. You see the hurt beneath the words.
Like that story of the woman sharing her abuse story.
Incredible story. She was talking to monks, sharing intense trauma, and just froze. Couldn't speak. Overwhelmed.
What did they do?
They didn't push her. They didn't say anything. They just sat with her, breathing compassionately, holding that space, until she could speak again. It shows the immense healing power of just being truly heard without interference.
So, practical takeaway 10 is really about cultivating that in our own relationships.
Yes. Before jumping in with your defense or solution, just listen. Try to keep compassion active. Remember, their anger or frustration probably comes from their own hurt. Be the safe space. You become, in a way, the best therapist for your loved ones by offering that gift of being truly heard can dissolve conflict.
It really shifts the dynamic. Okay, so we have self-compassion, presence, deep listening. How do we bring all this together to cultivate real, lasting love and that sense of unshakable freedom, especially when things get tough?
All right, dealing with the inevitable storms. They gave us another simple, powerful gatha for emotional turbulence. In, out, deep, slow, calm, ease, smile. And the deep, slow breath isn't forced. It happens naturally when you bring relaxed awareness to it. When strong emotions hit anger, fear, despair, imagine you're a tree in a storm. The top might be swaying wildly, your thoughts, your heart racing, but the trunk is stable. Practical takeaway 11. During an emotional storm, gently bring your attention down, away from the head and chest, down to the trunk, your abdomen, maybe an inch below the navel.
Focus on the belly breathing.
Yes. Just feel the rise and fall. It anchors you. It brings you back to your stable center. You realize you are bigger than the storm passing through. Practice this regularly, maybe 10 minutes a day for a few weeks. Then when a real storm hits, you'll instinctively know how to find your anchor.
That's very grounding, literally. Speaking of grounding, what about this idea of cows we need to let go of? That sounds intriguing.
Yes, the cows. It comes from a story where the Buddha met a farmer who was utterly distraught. He'd lost all his cows. His whole life, his identity, gone.
Devastating for him.
Absolutely. Later, the Buddha looked at his monks, sitting peacefully, and said, "My friends, aren't you happy? You have no cows to lose."
So the cows aren't literal cows.
They're anything we cling to that causes suffering. Possessions, yes, but also rigid ideas, opinions, our image, even our fixed concepts of what happiness must look like. Anything we grasp too tightly that prevents our freedom.
The secret of happiness is being able to let go of your cows.
That's the essence. Practical takeaway 12. Take some time. Honestly ask yourself, what are my cows? What attachments, things, beliefs, expectations, stories about myself are actually causing me pain or holding me back?
Be honest.
Be really honest. Then practice letting go firmly. You can use a mantra. I am becoming calm. I am letting go. Having let go, victory is mine. I smile. I am free. It cultivates this incredible inner freedom. Realizing joy comes from release, not more grasping.
Letting go of even cherished ideas if they imprison us. Powerful. And then there are the 4 mantras for true love. These sound like relationship super tools.
They really are. They call them magic formulas because spoken with mindfulness, body and mind truly present, they change reality. They deepen connection profoundly.
Okay, what's the first one?
First, dear one, I am here for you. Simple but huge. It's offering your undivided presence. I'm not distracted. I'm fully with you. It makes the other person feel truly seen, truly valued.
The greatest gift. What's second?
Second, dear one, I know that you are here, alive, and that makes me very happy. This is deep appreciation. Acknowledging the miracle of their existence in your life. It helps people blossom, feel affirmed.
Beautiful.
Third, dear one, I know that you are suffering. That's why I'm here for you. Pure compassion, not fixing, not advising, just being with their pain, offering your presence as solace. You're not alone in this.
And the fourth? You mentioned it was the hardest.
Often the hardest, yes, because it requires vulnerability. Dear one, I am suffering. I need your help. This cuts through pride. The egos need to be strong. It asks for support.
And the story about Truong illustrates why it's so vital.
Heartbreakingly so. Truong believed his wife was unfaithful, a totally false perception, based on seeing her with what was just his own shadow. His pride stopped him from using that 4th mantra. He wouldn't say, I'm suffering because of this idea, help me understand.
He stayed silent.
Yes, and his silence, his wrong perception, drove her to despair, and she drowned herself.
Yeah.
All because he couldn't voice his suffering and ask for help, for clarity. It shows the tragic cost of pride and misunderstanding. Practical takeaway 13. Really commit to using these 4 mantras, especially when things get difficult. If you're hurt by someone, breathe, center yourself, go to them and say, dear one, I am suffering. I need your help to understand.
The book introduces the 3 Dharma seals, the authentic marks of the teachings, keys to ultimate freedom.
Yes, these are fundamental insights that, when truly grasped, can liberate us from fear and suffering entirely. Not just ideas, but lived realities.
What's the first seal?
Impermanence. And they didn't see this as depressing. He'd say, long live impermanence, because change is what makes life growth, transformation possible.
Right. If things were permanent, nothing could grow or heal.
Exactly. A seed couldn't become a plant. Suffering couldn't end. Dictatorships couldn't fall. Everything is in flux. Clinging to permanence causes suffering. Embracing impermanence allows us to appreciate the dynamism of life, the uniqueness of each moment.
Okay, makes sense. Second seal.
Non-self. This flows from impermanence. Look deeply at anything, a flower, yourself. You see it's full of non-flower elements, or non-self elements. Sunshine, rain, soil, air, ancestors, food.
Everything interconnected.
Totally. A flower is empty of a separate, independent self. It inter-is with the cosmos, and so are we. We're not isolated islands. We're empty of a separate self, but full of everything else.
You are already what you're seeking to become.
That's the liberating truth. It ends the frantic search outside ourselves. Happiness isn't something to get. It's inherent in our interconnected nature. It's the idea of aimlessness, not running after things, because completeness is already here. Like Gide said, happiness is accessible 24/7.
Okay, and the third seal.
Nirvana. Gade interprets this mainly as the extinction of all concepts, especially dualistic concepts like birth and death, being and non-being.
Extinction of concept.
Yeah, nirvana is the ground of being, like water is the basis of waves. It's reality before we chop it up with ideas. Think of Lavoisier. Nothing is created, nothing is lost.
Things just change form, like
Yeah.
burning paper.
Perfect example. The paper becomes heat, light, smoke, ash. Nothing is gone. It just transforms, manifests differently. Our fear comes from clinging to ideas of birth and death as absolute beginnings and endings. But things just manifest when conditions are right and cease manifesting when they aren't. It's a flow, not creation and destruction. This understanding dissolves the fear of death.
So these seals aren't just ideas to believe in.
No. Practical takeaway 14. They are tools, like fire to burn away limiting concepts. If the idea of impermanence itself becomes rigid and causes suffering, burn that too. They're a raft across the river. You don't carry the raft afterwards. This deep seeing brings total freedom from fear.
A truly liberating perspective. So pulling it all together, how do these practices empower us to live really fully, embracing everything, even life and death?
It's the ultimate outcome, isn't it? They told that story of the young man given 3 months to live.
Who decided to live those months deeply?
Yes. With total presence, intensity, he discovered true life in those moments and miraculously lived 15 more years. Completely transformed. It reminds me of Camus Salt.
In The Stranger.
Yeah, in prison, facing death, he finally sees the blue sky, truly connects, finds freedom in that last moment of awareness. Life's vibrancy isn't in length, but in the depth of the present.
So the challenge is, can this moment be the most wonderful?
That's practical takeaway 15. Thay asks us, has the most wonderful moment of your life already happened? Our hope is usually, no, maybe later. But he urges, make this moment the one. How? By freeing yourself from past regrets and future worries. Just be here, taste life now, it's always available.
Don't wait for a special occasion, life is the occasion.
Exactly. And living fully means learning to die well, too. Death isn't an enemy. It's part of life's transformation. Old cells die for new ones to grow.
Like the beginning a new practice, dying to old patterns daily.
Precisely. It's a constant renewal. Shedding the old, embracing the new.
And the story of Shariputra helping Anathapindika die peacefully. What's the core lesson there for supporting others?
It's profoundly insightful, and Anathapindika was suffering greatly near death. Shariputra didn't try to cheer him up falsely. He gently reminded him of the joy he'd found in his life serving the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha.
He watered the positive seeds.
Yes. Recalling those joys, those contributions, eased his pain, brought peace. It shifted focus from suffering to a life well lived.
Like Sister Cheng Hong singing to her dying friend in a coma.
Another powerful example. Singing that sutra, this body is not me. I am life without boundaries, never born, never die. It touched something deep in him, beyond the failing body. He became calm. It helps release identification with the limited self.
So, practical takeaway 16 for supporting others in pain or dying?
Don't shy away. Compassionately water their positive seeds. Remind them of joys, love shared, good deeds. Your mindful presence and words can reach deep, and for ourselves. Cultivate that understanding. We are not just this body, these thoughts. We are boundless life. That fearlessness helps us live fully and be a peaceful presence for others.
It connects back to the interbeing of everything, the 6 elements.
Earth, fire, water, air, space, consciousness. Each contains all the others. One thing contains all things. Our true nature is no birth, no death. Free from concepts, total liberation, total joy. They urged us, use your time, your intelligence, taste this timeless reality.
What an incredible map he's given us. From the simple breath to transforming emotions, the 4 mantras, embracing impermanence. It really feels like a practical path to peace, connection, and freedom.
It truly is. And the most empowering part, they always stressed, you have the ability to wake up, to be compassionate, to be enlightened. The seeds are within you.
We just need to water them.
Exactly. And finding a community, a sangha, can be incredibly helpful for that. A place of shared practice and support. You can check out resources like www.iamhome.org.
A refuge.
A true refuge. So maybe a final thought for everyone listening. Consider this. What if really stopping that inner chase for future happiness could radically shift everything? Not just your own peace, but how you connect with the inner being of it all. The teacup, the cosmos. What if real joy isn't about getting something, but about finally ceasing the endless search?
What if peace is found in simply stopping? A profound question to sit with. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive. May your own journey into the present moment be filled with discovery, peace, and liberation.
We hope you're leaving with fresh insights and a spark of inspiration. Remember to subscribe, leave a review, and check back for more episodes as we dive into new worlds of thought, one book at a time. Until then, keep your mind set in stone and your curiosity open. This has been a Big L Riz Media podcast, where big ideas meet lasting impressions.